Hey everybody, it's Shark Scrapper. Oh, that's a big one. That one's heavy too. I haven't even taken it off of the cart yet. It's so heavy. Oh man. All right, well, assuming I don't get a hernia lifting this thing onto the workbench, let's dive in and get to it. Hey, so the first thing I did to help with some of the weight was there were two loose hard drive caddies with hard drives in there, so I took those out. And I took out the power supplies. So these are no wire type power supplies. Frequently there'll be gold fingers on this, but this just has gold plated pins. I'm not going to mess with taking those out. A lot of times this grounding strip is copper. I don't see any copper color on it. It's not magnetic. It's not, yeah, I'm trying to, it's not like it's copper plated or, you know, plated copper. It's still silver even if I give it a good rub, so I think that's just aluminum. It's a shame because a lot of times these grounding connectors are aluminum, copper, which makes them a little more valuable. Anyway, so this is just going in with my power supplies. Now for hobbyists, these can be fun to take apart. So if you're doing this as a hobby and you've got the time, I would encourage you to go ahead and have fun digging into these. But for me, I'm just cranking through. So time is an issue. All right, now we're still kind of heavy here. The power supplies were down here, right over here. Not sure what's underneath the board here. And let's see, if we look in the front here, we have an optical drive. There's no more hard drives. This is where all the hard drives would have gone. So I'm not sure what the weight is, other than maybe it's just a heavy case. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's keep digging away in here and see what we come up with. Now then, I haven't done one of these models before. You know, it's interesting. I've taken apart so many servers and PCs, and I still come across servers and PCs that I've never done before. So that is part of the fun of what we do, isn't it? Some insulated wire. Now, if you're new to my channel, I want to make clear my yard, my non-ferrous yard, takes my #2 insulated copper wire with the connectors still on. Most yards, a lot of yards want you to cut the ends off. But there's some good value in some of these. So this is gold-plated pins. And a lot of places like Board Sort will pay you for gold-plated connector ends. Don't confuse the gold-plated connector ends with just the standard power connectors, like this one that I can't bring up to your view because the wire is too short. Here, this one you can see. So this is not going to be gold-plated, right? That's just a power connection. There we go. Just a power connection there. That's not gold-plated. This part, if you look right there, that part is. So, you know, take the time to look. Don't just throw stuff in with gold-plated that you think is. Take a look. In my case, I don't bother. It's just, I mean, every now and then I'll cut off something. I've got a bin going just in case I ever go to Board Sort. My local buyer does not buy gold-plated connector ends, so it's not a big priority for me to pull these off. And they just stay on the wire. Again, time, saving time for me. All right, we've got power connectors off of there. There's a daughter card here. It's going to be a gold-fingered, like a PCI slot card, a gold-finger card. There we go. That's what was holding everything down. So we have a gold-finger card here. Let's get that heatsink off of there real quick, just to see what we're dealing with. Oh, there's a nice little chip underneath of there. Some sort of processor card maybe. Board Cert's going to get some good value out of that. All right, now you can come out of the way, and that's just going to be shred. There's a little number 2 insulated. And that looks like a battery. Yeah, it is. So let's get this battery off of here. What kind of battery are you? Lithium ion. All right, so that'll go with my lithium ion batteries. Alrighty, now let's see what's going on here. Blue pin, pull up on the blue pin. This thing wants to slide a little bit. Might be one of these cables getting in the way. We don't see screws. I do see a latch here. It looks like the whole board has to slide that way. That would work. So let's get maybe these. Let's get the fan caddy out of that. That's just a plastic fan caddy. You out of the way. There we go. That lets the board slide up out of the way. The board tray. The board is on a metal tray here. There we go. Now then, get the CMOS battery off real quick before we forget. And we've got some screws here, here. They are Torx. And it might be the screws from the heatsink brackets might also be contributing to holding that down. I think they are. So let's go ahead and get them out of there, plus that one. And hopefully, let's see. There we go. That part's loose. There we go. So there's a small metal tray that the board was on. Here is the board. Not much on the back. We've got a little riser here. That's a screw post. That comes out real easy. Let's see if these are aluminum. Nope, they are ferrous. So we have a very nice dual socket server motherboard. You can see it would have had a lot of RAM in it in its day. We've got a bunch of BGAs here scattered around. We've got a gold-cornered BGA. We have some oscillators. We have flip chip. If you're depopulating for your own purposes, flip chips are a waste of time. There isn't much gold there, and they're just messy. The glass breaks and gets all over the place. We've got a bunch of tiny little MLCCs. They're a lot smaller than what you frequently see on a server board, but they're there. We have some toroids down here, some more MLCCs, and these things are probably FETs, MOSFETs from the looks of them. And there isn't much on the back, but there are some small ICs and MLCCs all over the back of the board. Now, let's get this heatsink off of here. See what's hiding underneath of there. Gold corner BGA, you think? You never know. Nope. Well, yeah, kind of. So, does it tell me what that is? Let's see. There's a part number. Oh, it's an Intel 2005 SL9TC. Anyway, nice chip. That would have been a good chip if you're depopulating. That's a good chip to take off. But for me, since I'm selling to board sort, I'm not going to depopulate anything. I leave it as it is for maximum value from boardsort.com. I need to find me a big old box. I got a bunch of boards I got to get shipped off to board sort. All right, what do we have down here? We have another board, a riser board of some sort down here. And that has Phillips heads. I know that you all probably can't see the board from this angle. Here we go. But you're going to see it in a minute. There we are. So really nothing terribly exciting here. It's a riser card, that's all. Get the wires off of here. That's the example I was trying to show you. That's not a gold-plated connector end. So just, if your yard lets you, put that in with the shred. Otherwise, I mean the insulated number 2. Otherwise, cut it off. And then put it in with shred. All right, so nothing terribly exciting here. A riser card. I'm throwing this in with my mid-grades. There's no component. Well, there's very few components, a couple MLCCs. But you've got some gold-plated pins in this board. So for my yard, I can throw it in with the mid-grades. All right, now we have another riser type card here. There we go. So, excuse me, backplane board. So you see, this is where all the hard drives. These are all SATA connections. This is where all the hard drives would have gone into. So again, it's a backplane riser board, mid-grade for my purposes. Now, do I have anything else in here? Just the drive. Hey everybody, Shark Scrapper here. Huge announcement. I'm very excited to let you all know that in 2023, I'm going live. That's right, coming live to you, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, that's US Eastern. We are going to spend an hour talking about what's going on in the world, in the industry around scrapping and recycling. So that means we're going to talk about the precious metals market, the base metals market, and we're going to look at some industries, some companies that do business all around that have an influence in scrap and recycling products. I'm looking forward to sharing that all with you, answering your questions, and just having a good time. We'll see you there. There's nothing else here. Why are you so heavy? Because you're made out of steel, I guess. Let's get the CD out of here. Now, I don't know if you all can see, but here, wait a minute. Let's get these guys out of here because we're going to want to get that stuff. Right down in here, right down there, there's copper grounding strips. And there's the copper version of these guys that we took off. So you can very clearly see the difference there. Ready the end. Get some more of that off of there. Get some more of that copper. We love copper. Everybody loves copper. Copper, copper, copper. Now there's some more up here, but rather than you looking at the back of my fat head, I'm gonna wait till I move this over to my cart. I'll flip it upside down, and that way I can get it that much easier. So we'll get this copper out of here. Then the yard gets all upset with you. All right, let's see what we got inside of here. Looking forward to January 2023 with the new twist to the Shark Scrapper channel. It is going to be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Very excited. Little board, nothing to write home about there. And there's gold there, so we'll keep that. And that is not a brass spindle, so that can all go in there. We get the screws out because we want to get that aluminum. These are very cool caddies. So we've got a little board here. That's a Torx. We'll get that off of there later on. There's the hard drive. Just a SATA hard drive. The SATA boards are what BoardSort calls a HDD low or SATA board. They pay less for that than they do the IDE boards, which look like this. So that's the IDE. I removed these because BoardSort pays a higher value for these, and the little bit of time that it takes me to pull these off, it's worth my time to then pull these off and then sell the frame, the body, as a hard drive without board. In this case, the difference here is that by the time I take the labor accounted, I'm not making, the labor isn't worth it for me to pull that off. Now, if you're a hobbyist and time is not a value to you, then by all means, go ahead and take that off, because you will probably get more than if you leave it on in the long run. But I'm going to let you decide, and I'm going to let you decide by showing you, because they did a video with Geek Shark where we actually ran the numbers. So you can take that video. It's going to be linked there, and at the end of this video, you can take a look at that and decide for yourself what makes the most sense for you. And there's some screws down there. All right. Now, I know there's a lot of you that probably say to yourself, Shark, you're always talking about time, and then you take so much time breaking these things down. Well, when I'm doing videos for you all, I have to take my time and explain things, right? Otherwise, you would find the videos not very informative, even scrap some things that I normally wouldn't. But I would have done this anyway, because that's some nice cast aluminum there. And then we have, this is all ferrous. I can tell by the rust, but you can see it's ferrous. So that's just going to go in with my sheet metal. And we'll get this board off of here. All right, so got gold fingers on this connector here. There's a few chips and a BGA. So an easy mid-grade board for me. And some ferrous and some plastic. All right, everybody, I'm gonna go ahead and get this put away. I'm really excited about what's coming in 2023. It's gonna be so much fun. Looking forward to seeing you all then.